Hey YouTubers, it's me, Zipster. I ain't seen you in a while. Okay, I'm here to share with you a real life what the hell's the matter with people. This is out of the archives of my everyday life. Okay, where do you hear this? I'm telling you, people are crazy. Okay, so there was this kid I worked with maybe 10 years ago. I worked with a whole bunch of kids, you know, and they all thought I was a real regular riot. They'd come over, hang out at my house every Friday night after work. You know, we'd all drink lemonade and play bingo, something like that. Anyway, so eventually this kid moved to Las Vegas, which is where he was originally from. Okay, hey, that's the way it goes. People come, people go. Okay, hadn't seen him or heard from him in maybe 10 years. Okay, so this past spring, all of a sudden, I see his name. He's trying to friend me on Facebook. I'm like, oh, that is so cool. So I friended him, and I get a note from him immediately. And it's like, he's like, I'm getting married in August, and I want you to come out to the wedding, to my wedding in Vegas, because you're the only person from back home that I miss, and I learned so much about life hanging around with you, blah, 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 you know, a whole big load of shit. You know, but I thought it was very sweet. And I wrote him back, and I said, you know, I really don't have a trip to Vegas in my budget right now. So he writes me back and he says, give me your phone number, I got a lot to tell you. So I sent him my phone number. Sure enough, he calls me up. He's like, listen, I totally want you to come. I'll take care of your plane fare. I'll get you a hotel room, get you to and from everything in a limo. I'm like, where the hell are you getting all this money? He says, well, I got to tell you, I'm a millionaire. 2 years ago, I sued this pharmaceutical company because he had a bad reaction to their drug and he had a twitch in his arm or some kind of bullshit. And he said he won a settlement for $2.9 million. I am like, shut the hell up. He's like, yeah, I bought my parents a home. I gave each of my brothers and sisters $50,000. So I really want you to come out to the wedding. This would be great. I'm like, well, okay, you know, let me know when it's a little closer so we can figure it out. Okay. So after that, every couple of weeks, he would call up, oh, everything's going great. You know, we got everything all planned for the wedding. And he said, and I just want to tell you something. If there's ever anything you need, if you're ever in a bind or anything, I am always here. I got your back. I will help you out. So no, I'm not going to give you no money to go, you know, off gambling to Atlantic City. But if you're ever in a bind, you let me know. And I'm like, oh, you know, that is so nice of you. And, you know, I wouldn't do that. Oh, and plus he told me a whole story about, yeah, I had to change my phone number a couple of times because all these people are crawling out of the woodwork asking for money. I'm like, yeah, I'll bet. So anyway, months go by, and then it turns out the weekend he's getting married, I can't go anyway because I got a gig with my band. And he says, well, how much is the band getting paid? I'll pay the band, and then you can come to the wedding. And I'm like, yeah, no, it don't work like that. We signed a contract. We had to show up for this gig. Okay, so that's the end of that. Wedding is out for me. After the wedding, you know, in September sometime, I said, so, you know, how's everything? He said, oh, it was beautiful. I said, well, send me pictures online, you know. You have my email address. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that. I kept waiting for pictures, and he was always like, oh, there's something screwing up between my phone, and I can't upload these pictures. And, you know, that kind of shit happens all the time. So, okay, whatever. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I had to go to New York for the weekend. Anyway, yeah, so I went to New York for the weekend, and I came home, and Lois tells me, she said, oh, your friend, I'm not going to mention any names, but he looks like this. She said, yeah, your friend called from Las Vegas, and he was on the phone with me for 2 hours. I'm like, I mean, and he's a very talkative guy, so I could certainly imagine it. But I said to my mom, I'm like, I wonder what his wife thinks when he sits on the phone, you know, for 2 hours with people. She said, oh, he's not married. I said, what do you mean he's not married? Yeah, no, he didn't get married because she's still married, and her husband has a hit out on him, and he's got to hide out all the time, and she's giving me this whole story, and I'm like, something ain't right here, you know? So I'm kind of stewing over this all Sunday night, and Monday I wake up, and I'm like, he didn't get married. What the hell is he telling me he's going to send me pictures of his wedding and stuff for? Now I'm starting to get a little suspicious, because if I remember correctly, this kid was always a little bit of a shyster back in the day, you know? So I concoct this scheme, and I write him an email, and I said something to the effect of, hey, buddy, you know, I was too embarrassed to tell you over the phone, but I'm in kind of dire straits here, you know. A couple more months I'm going to lose my home, and my lawnmower just crapped out, and my TV broke down, and you know, and a whole bunch of shit did happen that cost me a whole bunch of money that I didn't really have to spend anyway. But, you know, it's not like I was, you know, going to the poorhouse or nothing. But I laid out everything that was going on, and I'm like, you know, you told me if I ever needed anything, I should come to you, and if it's a problem, don't worry about it. I will completely understand. I just wanted to let you know what's going on here on my end. Okay, fine. The next morning, Boom, I get an email back from him. He said, hey, no problem. You know, why didn't you come to me sooner? This is no problem at all. I am off tomorrow. I'm going to make a direct deposit to your bank account. I'll call you this afternoon to get your information. I'm like, wow, okay. So he calls me later. I have my routing number for my bank. I got my bank account number for him, you know, all this stuff. I give him all the information. He said, okay, I'm going to the bank tomorrow. I will get back to you with the confirmation number and let you know how long it'll take before it shows up in your account. I'm like, okay, fine. So the next morning at some ungodly hour, like 6:30 in the morning, the phone rings and it's him. He's like, okay, I just wanted to tell you, I'm not going to be able to get to the bank till this afternoon, so, you know, don't worry if nothing shows up in your... And I'm like, you know, whatever, take your time. Okay, fine. So that afternoon, I'm like, you know, every once in a while I would check my bank account online to see if, you know, somehow mysteriously he told me he was going to deposit $5,000 in my account, right? So I keep checking my account to see if, you know, this $5,000 showed up. Nothing. I'm like, oh, well. The next day I have to go to my bank anyway, you know, to do some business. And so I'm talking to the bank manager and I said, so how does this work when people are transferring money? You know, how long does it take? You know, what's the story? And he said, well, it depends. If it's a direct transfer, it'll be here like immediately. And if he's doing some other kind of transfer, it takes, you know, 2 to 3 business days. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, he said it might take a couple of business days. So, okay, whatever. And then this coming Friday was a bank holiday. So Denny was writing to me and he said, here's your confirmation number. If it doesn't get there Thursday, it'll get there Monday because Friday's a bank holiday. I'm like, okay, fine. So every day, okay, 50 times a day, I'm checking my bank account online. Nothing. Okay, fine. Thursday comes and goes, nothing. I'm like, okay, Monday, I'm going to be able to go Christmas shopping. You know, Monday, I'm checking my bank account. Nothing all day long. Maybe there's some kind of a glitch. I'll check Tuesday, nothing. I'm like, son of a bitch. This guy's full of shit. So I wrote him a little note and I said, I just want to let you know that the $5,000 has not arrived in my account, so you may want to go looking after it because there's $5,000 floating around in the you know, cybersphere out there. I didn't hear a word back from him. I wrote him again. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not sure what's going on. Just wanted to let you know the money never arrived. Nothing. This has been 3 weeks now. He has not called me, has not responded to emails, has not shown up on Facebook in 3 weeks. And, okay, this is the story. So, yeah, the money never came. What I want to know is what the hell kind of nut job perpetuates a lie like this? Now I'm thinking he never got this millions of dollars. I'm thinking everything he told me was a big crock. What's this? Okay, if I would have got caught up in, you know, telling you guys, oh, yeah, I'm a millionaire now, and then somebody asked me for money, I'd be like, you know what, I love you, man, and I'd love to help you out, but I really I just can't do that because I got people all over me begging me for money, and I'm really sorry, I can't help you out. Instead of perpetuating this whole thing about I'm going to the bank and I'm depositing it, okay, now it's deposited, okay, here's the confirmation. What the hell is the point of all this? Now, his favorite person in the whole world who he misses and loves, he can never talk to me again because I know he's a big frickin' asshole. So, okay, yeah, I just can't figure people out like this. Let me know if you have stories about people who are compulsive, perpetual, nut job liars. I mean, I just don't get what he... Okay, well, that's it. That's my truth. What the hell is the matter with people? This is the question I will ask till the day I die. I will talk to you again real soon. Thank you. Frickin' nut.